So, I'm gonna try to make this stream short because there's no reason to keep it tall because everything in this life is so fucking pointless, you know? And I'm thinking about it. Been watching this idiot, the real PewDiePie, who said in Russian that, talking about that I need to subscribe to Mohammed Jakalem. Fuck that idiot, good morning. I have nothing, I didn't eat anything yet. So I was watching this guy's fucking idiot. I have no reason to be subscribing to him because it's like, what's there? He's trying to teach me something, tell me something. There is nothing you can tell me, idiot. I keep telling you. Mohammed Jakalem Mal Abdullah. Real PewDiePie. I'm talking about the idiots. Which of course they think that they explain me something because I don't understand what I'm doing, which is not true. I don't give a fuck. And perhaps other people find there's something wrong with me. But I don't see anything wrong with what I do. Because I cannot do things any other way. Yesterday, okay, 1 second. I mean, what am I doing now? Blocking stupid people. I'm gonna try this. That's how I deal with the trolls. I honestly don't even want to do live streams, but for some reason YouTube doesn't allow me to do videos. It's fucking Jewishly owned YouTube. So yeah, yesterday I've been driving, I've been seeing all the bullshit like things are saying like about not speeding, not driving drunk. Looking back to these fucking idiots. No, it's not true. But I don't know, I don't really care about COVID vaccine. Like all of that shit doesn't even interest me that much. I just want to get off the grid, be left alone, be doing what I'm doing, which other people are not letting me do things, which I don't like. Oh, I'm not talking about you, man. You don't bother me. Like I said, I don't give a fuck about you, Mohammed Jakarim. Okay, let me see. Hide this user. No. And I don't know, sometimes I'm thinking I need to stop making these YouTube videos. I know a lot of people wanted it, but like I said, I don't like what's going on YouTube. I don't like how videos are getting deleted all the time. I don't like that I can't make videos anymore. I have to do streams. I personally don't like to do streams. I don't like to do streams. I like to make videos. I really don't like to do streams. Because in the video I can just do what I want, and if somebody says something I don't like, I can delete the comments here to deal with stupid people, in my opinion. Of course they don't feel that way, but that's why. The Jew and non-Jew equals. It depends. If it's a Jewish man, if it's a Jewish man, a non-Jewish woman, then the child is gonna be non-Jewish. But if it's like Jewish woman and a non-Jewish man, that doesn't matter. Because in Judaism, it all goes by maternal lines, which I personally don't agree with. And I've been watching my videos, rewatching again about my xenophobic views and all of that. Talking about all those people who are not letting me live how I want because there's something wrong with me. But so fucking what? Who cares? I learned in life that, you know, as long as people are tolerating me and I'm getting the money, I don't even fucking care. Because everything else is only gonna be worse. Because, okay, like, let's say, oh, that fucking idiot. Because let's say even if there's something wrong with you, but you cannot do better, it's still better than for other people. I've been talking about like they don't want to, deal with the responsibility, because if somebody needs help, it means that other people have to take their time to deal with that guy. So it's like the guy is becoming a liability. And now if you like, let's say, yeah, all people who help me, but then again, here's the thing about help, okay? Like sometimes when you need help, okay, you understand. But then why do you need help when you actually can do it without it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point? Like, if you don't need help, why do you need help? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can do without. And a lot of times it's better to do like less, but without help than, do nothing with help. I don't know, because this is just stupid. Like, why people need to be a liability for no reason? Why should I be liability? Because I cannot. This guy is an idiot. I'm so tired of him. Cannot do anything right. Bullshit. I don't agree. Everything I do is right, so fuck you, idiot. Trying to block everybody. Trying to see how can I better block people. All right, I just try not to show any chat right here. But anyways, people are fucking stupid. I can't hold an easy job. First of all, I could have stayed there if not for the fucking hood rats and kikes. Let's start there. That's why I don't like, all these people. Because otherwise, I can just, They could be still tolerating me. I was actually getting better, so it's all bullshit. See? It's all bullshit. Just like with this YouTube. It used to be fun, like years ago I used to have fun, used to do what I want, used to make videos. And I used to hold the job for like 4 years. So don't tell me, I couldn't hold it. And, people were still tolerating me and I was actually getting better. So it's all, whatever you're telling me right now, it's all a bunch of BS. Let's start there. You're telling me you're helping me, you're actually the root of my problems in life. Let's start there. Without you guys, I would be so much better. And I learned a lot of lessons, and that's why one of the lessons I learned that, you know what? The best way is just to go, do the job, and be left alone without people. I already learned that because people are bad, like most of the people, they are bad. Life is all about doing things. And life is kind of pointless too. Because I've been watching a lot of videos. Even with the famous people, they just are famous one day. And then they die, they get old. So people judge other people, say all of this, but people are stupid. Because whatever they say that they helping, they're only making things worse. Even if, let's say, people have problems, okay, you say, ha ha ha, you have Asperger's, ha ha ha, I'm better than you, ha ha ha, I'm normal, ha ha ha. So fucking what? You're not helping my life any, because I don't give a fuck, number one. Number two, nothing helps really, nothing helps. So what the fuck? And then you're telling me, oh, I need to be friends with people. Why should I be friends with you? You're not letting me live how I want. You're not thinking like me. I have nothing to do with you. That's it. I don't care about blocking everybody and blocking the whole world and casting everybody out and telling everybody to fucking kill themselves. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about, like, I can cuss everybody out, beat everybody up, probably cannot do not that strong, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not even trying to fight really because that can only get to the negative consequences, And nobody is trying to do that. I mean, unless people don't care. I've seen a lot of crazy people speaking about people having problems, even normal people, okay? So whatever excuses you make for me, there's something wrong with me, so fucking what? I don't think that's, that should be the concern as much because, okay, like let's say there's something wrong with me. Okay, so you're gonna put me on disability. You're gonna say don't do things this way. You're gonna give me education. What the fuck? Nothing's gonna change. Nothing's gonna change. Nothing's gonna change. And okay, you're gonna tell me what to do, okay, I'm gonna be smart about it. So instead of like telling you go to hell like I feel like I want to, I'm just gonna be like, yes, yes, yes. So I'll be just doing what you want me to do until you're gonna leave me alone. Once you're gonna leave me alone, I'm gonna do what I want anyway. So what's the point? Nothing's gonna change. Still gonna be the same thing. That's why, like I said, not trying to go get diagnosed. Some people have been saying that the only problem I have is communication. But I mean, honestly, I'm not even interested anymore in like people hanging out and all of that. Like when I was young, I was interested in that type of stuff. I actually cared. Now I don't. I don't care about nothing. Like I don't give a fuck about nothing, really. I just want to get the fuck out of Columbus, move somewhere where I don't know nobody. And people say, oh, no matter where you go, you're going to have problems because of who you are. I'm like, okay, fine. I lived before and I lived better. Okay, people's gonna think there's something wrong with me. Fine, I don't care. As long as they're gonna allow me to work based on my ability, based on who I am as a person, without firing me, I don't care. And if people's gonna say, "Oh, we don't like the way you work, we don't like the way you think," well, fine. As long as it's not gonna cost me a job, I don't care. And if people's gonna start helping me, what's the good's gonna that do to me? That's not gonna make me stronger. People say, "Oh, get big, ta ta ta." Well, by helping me, you're doing the opposite. See, you're actually the one who are not letting me to be strong. So it's really you, not me. And when it comes to social skills, okay, let's say I know how to talk to people. I'm seeing these fucking fools on my channel. I don't even want to fucking talk to them. All I want to do is to block them. That's it. You're telling me all this bullshit, ha 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 ha. I just want to block you and say, motherfucker, get out of my face. And yeah, of course, being stronger is good, so I can fucking beat people up like that. But then again, they can call the police on me. I have to be careful about that too. It's America, you know. In America, you know, it's never good to be an aggressor. Or in Europe. I remember I've been talking to one guy in the airport years ago. He was in his 50s, I was in my 20s at the time. And he's been saying, you know what, in civilized countries, okay, he said, yes, I know that I can beat you, but if you're gonna attack me, I'm not gonna fight, I'm gonna call the police. See? And this is what happened between me and David. At that time, I didn't know. Dave was bothering me to sleep. I started aggressively knocking on his door, yelling like crazy. He came to the corridor, we started grappling, and then I punched him in the face. He said, "Assault, I'm calling the police, you know." I was surprised of his reaction, honestly, at the time. But now I know. So, in America, nobody wants to be an aggressor. Unless you don't care, you know. And I didn't go to jail, I didn't get any consequences. When the cop came in, I told him he was not letting me to sleep because of the noise from video game. Him and this guy Aiden was doing. I think his name was Aiden. So, there's another Asian dude I used to live with. So I didn't get consequences. They just asked me for my ID and they say don't do this again. And they talked to me, they talked to him. He was really pissed off. I know I gave him a pink eye because next day I saw him with a pink eye. And I remember my buddy Jacob was coming in and he was also making fun of him. And I'm like, I want to fucking make fun of him. I don't care about that guy. I want nothing to do with him. You know, he's a piece of shit. So, just like all these Mohammed Jakalems, fuck them all too. Idiots. Not letting me live. Bugging me all the time. That's why, you know, when I'm making these videos, I just want to, you know, cut this chat off. Don't want to hear you, don't talk to you. I want to say what I want, that's it. You watch me, don't say nothing. Because I want you to tell me nothing. That's it. Don't tell me shit. I want to hear nothing. So. But then again, being big and strong, that's something I've been thinking about. You know, it only matters until a certain point. Like, you know, like, yes, when you're like a teenager, when you're in your early 20s, like, yeah, being big and strong, getting pussy, all of that, that matters. Once you're like in your mid 30s, 40s, it's like, okay, people are getting older, people are getting jobs, people losing strength, but they're focused on like intellectual stuff now. No, people change with age. Which is good and bad, you know, because like, think about it, right? You get older, you get calmer, you get wiser. Life is not all about being strong and getting pussy anymore at some point. beating people up and showing off, it doesn't matter anymore. Or people are showing off differently. For example, like going into politics, trying to help other people, or going into science, doing some serious stuff, you know? At some point, when you get older, all of this shit, getting big and strong, getting pussy, all of that, it just doesn't matter anymore. People just moving off that on a different level. And life like a parabola, you know? You go up, you go down. And being a disability in that parabola, it's like flat line down, like I used to say before. And people are people. We are who we are for a reason. So what's the point of telling people there's something wrong with you, you need to change? There's a big reason why not to give a fuck about nothing. Because we are who we are for a reason. And nothing's gonna change. No education, no nothing. And what, okay, you give me education, you tell me, okay, you need to be doing things different way. Still gonna be the same thing. What's the point? It's really none of that matters. And even like, let's say, talking about getting money and getting pussy, alright? I maybe been getting more pussy than Tupac did. You know why? Because let's say I lost my virginity at the age of 23. Now I'm 34. I've been doing it for 11 years. I bet you Tupac, he was a virgin when he was 14, and he was dead when he was 25, so. Or Sid Vicious, another example. He lost it when he was 19, at 21 he was dead, see? It really doesn't matter what happened when in your life, you know, because you can be a late bloomer, but if you live long, you can get more things. There are a lot of people who didn't live to my age. How about that? And here are people judging other people and telling people, oh, you're not doing things the right way, you need to be doing things differently. What kind of bullshit is that? Do you realize that I could not be here in this world right now? Do you realize that the fact that I live till fucking 34 years old, you know, not everybody even make it to this age. So, and besides, it's all bullshit too. I work with people who like on disabilities. I can tell, you know, I can tell. And I still saw the difference between me and them. See, it doesn't matter what's wrong with you. It's all about who you are as an individual, really. And it's all about other people are being able to tolerate you as is. That's all there is to it. That's all I learned in life. It's all about who you are as an individual and if people are gonna tolerate you as is. That's it. And if people tell you, oh, there's something wrong with you, you need to change your ways, that's like bullying right there. That's bullying. Telling me I should talk to this Mohammed Jakalem, real PewDiePie. Why should I be talking to people like that? I have no interest. Because when people are saying, oh, now I know what people think of me, and that's why I can't get friends, I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Can I be friends with people like that? Probably not. Just like years ago, there's American guys who thinking they're making fun of me, and they were saying, say this to this girl. I'm like, okay, I say it, but like, I don't give a fuck. And I was sitting there hanging out with them, and it's just like talking to aliens, and I didn't care, you know. I was just like, feel like there's no connection. So that's what I'm saying. What's even the point of be talking to these people? Because I'm gonna say what I want to say, they're gonna shut me down. And whenever I'm gonna start talking to them, they're gonna make fun of me, they're gonna have their conversations, and I'm gonna be like, what kind of bullshit is that? That reminds me of the movies I watch with Fa. And there is one of the characters, the guy was kind of Asperger-like, the bookworm. He was actually a good guy. And there is another guy, he was like this narcissistic guy, I guess. He was like going, partying, hanging out with all the girls and all of that. So once this bookworm, who got the, the cute girl kind of like him. That bookworm, he was talking about going to the party or whatever. And other people's been telling him, and he realized it himself, that, you know what? This is that guy told him, who was like a party. But that guy who was a party, he was like in the cage, locked up. And then that nerdy guy who was on top, he put him in that situation. And they were talking about this nerdy guy going to party or whatever. And that guy was saying, you know what? This guy, the cool guy, his name was Benji. And the cool guy was saying, you know what? Why should you go to that party? There is going to be nothing there for you. Because he knew that guy is not going to be able to get along with all these people. And he was right, obviously, I've been watching, I'm like, yep. And me, I realized that. That's why I'm not trying to deal with people. Because I know that they're going to start making fun of me. I'm going to get angry. I'm going to start acting crazy. Well, now I will not. Now I'll probably call the police. And I'm going to start telling the police that people harassing me. Because I know how it is in America now. Before, when I didn't know that, because I'm from Russia, I'll probably start fighting people. Start being rude. And then people's going to tell me, don't be rude, don't act this way. I'm just going to walk away. Because I'm like, okay, I don't give a fuck. Because I know that if I'm not going to walk away, there's going to be a fight. The fight may not lead in my favor, especially it's going to be a couple people against me. If it's 1-on-1, still may not go in my favor because the guy can call the police after I punch him, That could happen too. So, why do I need to be in that situation? I just don't deal with people, Because whenever they're gonna tell me, you child, shut up, don't say this, don't say that, it only makes me angry. Because I don't give a fuck. Because, I think that everything I do, everything I say is right, and I don't want nobody to be telling me nothing. I don't care. Other people think differently, but, I don't agree. So, that's what I'm saying, sometimes it's better off just be all alone and just do things. Because what does that good gonna do to me dealing with all these people who are not for me? What, they're gonna make fun of me? They say you need to change? I'm gonna say, fuck you. That's it. And they're gonna say, you have Asperger's. What I'm gonna do? Block them? Okay. That's it. And they're gonna come to me, start talking to me. I'm gonna be like, okay, I need to go. And I'm gonna say, well, at first I'm gonna be like, getting rude to them. They say, behave, don't be rude. I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna try my best not to be rude. I'm gonna be like, I wanna get out of here, I don't wanna be here. Get out of my face. Have a good day, Okay, you don't want me to be rude, you want me to behave, fine. Get out of my face, that's it. I want nothing to do with you. I'm going to be trying my best not to be rude. But what does it mean not to be rude when people piss me off? It means that pretty much it's like trying to just avoid any kind of, any kind of communication with people intentionally because they piss me off. Because there's nothing there to talk about. If I start talking about, if I'm going to start saying how I feel, they're going to shut me down. I'm going to get angry. They're going to say something wrong with me. I'm going to get only angry because I know what kind of person I am and I don't really care. And then They're gonna start treating me like I'm stupid. I'm gonna get angry because I'm not even that stupid. They're gonna start forcing help on me when I don't need it. Why do I need it? That's like completely defeats the purpose of life. Okay. I might as well just don't do nothing. What kind of bullshit is that? Okay. What's the point? What's the point? Complete nonsense. Doesn't make no sense. Helping me when I don't need help. And then yelling at me that I don't want to accept help when I don't need it. So what the fuck? And people are leaving all these comments. You see, all of this make me feel like life is so fucking pointless. Like, really, what am I living for? Get out of there. Who's fucking... You know, when I realized what this life was all about, I'm like, you know what? What's the point of all of this? That's why I want to get off the grid, because like everything is just bunch of bullshit. All these norms, all these rights, all these wrongs. It seems like, just like one of the Russian singers said, and 2000 years of war without any reasons. The war is for the young, the cure for the wrinkles. Damn, even in English it's like pretty good rhyme right there. Reason and wrinkles. It's crazy, it's different languages, but it still rhymes well. You know, but it's very true, you know, it's very true. It's very true. We're judging each other, we're fighting for no reason. People are saying we're trying to help other people, but they don't know what the fuck they're doing, because they don't know whom they're dealing with. I'm definitely learning some lessons. The lessons I learned: don't deal with people. I've been starting watching the titles of videos of Todd and John. I don't even watch Todd's videos because I think that there's just nothing there to watch. It's just not interesting. Because I'm not really learning nothing from him. And I watch the video like, John left me in the bar. And I'm thinking to myself, okay. I mean, it's fun to be with people, to hang out, go to the bars, get drunk, get lost, you know, it's fun. But, and I had these experiences in life before. It's a good feeling. But It's pointless. It's not getting people anywhere. It's just no meaning in that. And then people are complaining, oh, this guy makes fun of me, ta ta ta. I'm looking at it now like so fucking stupid, meaningless bullshit. All of this is just a bunch of nonsense. And I'm thinking to myself, what Tat should do? Just go to work. And Tat is complaining about not getting pussy and all of that. Well, if he were to be socially awkward, but he would work and get money, he could have found a woman who would just like overlook his weaknesses. But I don't know, to me, the only thing that matters is doing what I want. That's the point of life. People tell you to do the job, you do it the way it works for you. You think about things, you figure things out. Take that away from you, life has no meaning. Because you get pussy by doing things, being some type of person, finding people who write for you. And honestly, people around me, I'm like, okay. Before people say, oh, there's something wrong with you, you can be sociable, you can be a different person. Some people just have their own missions, and some people are not meant to be friends with other people. Yes, of course, having social skills can help you in life. Like, for example, me. I've been thinking about it a lot too. Like, what if I wouldn't have my anxiety around people? What if I was big and strong? What if I would have no problem dealing with people? How would I be? Well, with the kind of person I am who doesn't give a shit, who can hurt other people without any kind of regrets, I would be just like a fucking asshole, really. And the chances are I could have get into the fight, I could have gotten STDs and all of that. Because I've been seeing a lot of videos of people who, like in their 30s, who used to be on top of the world, beating people, being big and strong, and people were afraid of them. And then how they all end up? Getting killed in jail, or going to the bar and getting shot. All these big, strong people. You know, when I was in middle school back in Russia, one of my guards in school used to tell me, when I was saying I want to be big and strong, because in Russia I was the same way, like as a teenager, I actually always, was not happy about it. And he was telling me, like, look at the flies. Flies are little, and they've been living for the millions of years. And look at dinosaurs, they used to be big and strong. 65 million years ago, they got extinct. So he said that, I remember it till this day. It was about 20 years ago, close to it, maybe 19. I don't remember exactly, but close to 20 years ago. I was a teenager at the time, and I remember that till this day. And I see the very truth in it. And then one of my friends from martial arts, he's like, I don't know where he lives now. He lives either in Maine. He's a history teacher, or he went back to Canada. He's a Canadian guy. We used to be neighbors and we used to go to martial arts together back in the day. We used to have conversation. He used to be telling me that small, short people, they actually live longer. And he was a smart guy too. Like when I'm thinking about things now, he always, when it comes to me, he likes to use the word that everybody have a different learning curve. You know? And that actually makes a lot of sense. Because I always had an ability, like, when it comes to calculating things or like remembering things, I can get it fast. But things, when it requires coordination, yes, I can get it, but it takes me longer than for other people. I can still do it though. So I mean, he was right when about talking about different learning curve. And yeah, I guess this is like kind of talking about somebody with autistic tendencies, because people with autistic tendencies, they can have a bad coordination, which is not always the case. It's just one of the things, because everyone is different. And people used to tell me, don't show off, don't talk this way. And I'm seeing it now, I'm like, you know what? It's all bullshit. I mean, I guess I get it, that if somebody like me gonna show off, I'm gonna get the consequences. But that's why, I've been doing martial arts, because, if you get stronger, people say something you don't like, that's it. Cast them out. But then again, it's America. In America, it's not gonna do nothing. So in America, it's just like, people tell you something, just walk away, Like people's been talking about me. I just need to be left alone without people. Well, I was being left alone without people. And my life was way better. My problem was that I wanted to be with people. And obviously, if you're trying to be with people, it's a trouble. Because it's like going somewhere where you don't belong. And when I was actually left alone without people, my life was actually great. But I just didn't realize it at the time. Because, desire is the cause of all suffering. And people want something which they cannot have. We all want experience. But that desire can get you in a bad situation. But then again, what's good and what's bad? Think about it logically. What's good and what's bad? I'm gonna die regardless. Avoiding that's stupid. The question becomes, do I want to live a long life, or do I want to die young but live how I want it? Like Sid Vicious did. That's the real question, That's the only real question. One day it's all gonna end. So if I'm gonna be living dangerously, and I'm gonna be showing off, and people's gonna be telling me, who are you? And I will start picking up fights, well, I may cut my life short. Is it bad? Not necessarily. Because if I live long, I may live like a vegetable, or I can live short and live how I want. And of course, people are gonna be crying, crying crocodile tears, like they're crying every day, and everybody knows that there's like thousands of people die every day, and thousands of people cry every day. So fucking what? Doesn't mean shit. Reminds me of, this last Lubavitch Rebbe. I used to have a friend in Russia too. He was actually ethnically only 50% Jewish. With good part, his mom was Jewish. But he became really religious. And I remember how he was calling me and telling me the stories for an hour on the phone, talking about all this stuff, and he was barely letting me say anything. I was putting up with him. I was listening to him. He was talking about this rabbi who Jewish people think he was a Mashiach, Menachem Mendel Schneer's son. Which of course he was no Mashiach. I believe that real Mashiach was Jesus Christ. So it's all bullshit. And when I'm thinking about Jewish history, most definitely. Because Jewish people are famous for, treating badly great people. Just like they did with Joseph, see? Because Joseph was getting the best clothing and all of that, was treated the best by his father, his brothers put him into the hole, and he ended up in the Egypt, right? So see, Jewish people treated Joseph like he was a piece of shit. And then Gentile people, Egyptians, because Joseph was smart, they actually treated him well. Joseph was talking about the dreams which Pharaoh had, and he interpreted the dreams. He interpreted the dreams for the winemaker and for the guy who was a bread maker. And he was right, because he told these people, okay, you're gonna get, how to say that word in English? You're gonna get hanged, and you're gonna keep living. And he was right. He interpreted the dreams correctly, and that's how he became high, right? He was respected among Gentiles, but not among the Jews. Jewish people treat him bad. And he didn't have even the tribe after him. Only his two sons, Ephraim and Menashe, got the tribe after them. But Joseph, one of the brothers, didn't have no tribe for himself. And he'd been treated good by non-Jews. The same thing about our Lord Jesus Christ. Everybody loves him except the Jews. And the Jews manipulated Pontius Pilate into killing Jesus. And Jewish people are so-called chosen people. What are they chosen for? To destroy the world? That's what they're doing now. And they're killing everybody who is good. That's why when people are talking about the protocols of elders of Zion, I'm looking at it like, yep, we live in the Satan's world and everything is backwards. So if everybody hates you, you're probably doing something right. And everybody hating me, saying something's wrong with me, and I'm thinking to myself, it cannot be any other way. And what's other way is gonna be? Other ways lead to trouble. I know what's gonna be the other way. You're gonna tell me, there is something wrong with you, hi, you have Asperger's. You're gonna tell me to my face, I'm gonna get angry, I'm gonna start acting crazy. And then I'm gonna get in trouble, I'm gonna have anxiety, and then people's gonna be pushing me. What is gonna be? I'm gonna, be left without a job, and then I'm gonna really go crazy, and then what? I'm gonna get into the fight with somebody, and it's either I'm gonna hurt somebody, or I'm gonna get hurt, or both. This is the other way. So, that's the other way. Path of violence. We've seen it all the time. What's the other way? Me being on the news? People are so fucking stupid. Yep. Oh, you're gonna give me disability, you have to respect other people. Fuck. I can imagine myself on welfare or whatever. Do you think I'm gonna have respect for you? Hell no! My attitude still will be this. And people know that too. They can see that in me. And they're right. I mean, it's not rocket science to figure that out, knowing what kind of person I am. I'm only gonna kiss up to people and act nicely because of money. Otherwise, I don't give a fuck. You know? I don't deal with nobody, don't talk to nobody. People telling me, oh, you don't know how to talk, that's why you have Asperger's, that's why, like. Let's start there. You know the site for that. Wrong planet, right? Some people are just meant to, be with other people. You just meant that way. You just built that way. I keep telling you, idiots. I mean, yeah, I'm looking back at my life, and yes, I always had problem connecting with people. That's true, but outside of that, I don't regret nothing I've done. And I've been living good. I'm happy with decisions I made. I'm happy with the things I've done. And other people were only making my life worse. And I'm seeing it with Todd too. Like Todd complaining about people like John who leaving him in the bar and all of that. Well, sometimes in life, people are only problem. The solution is working, doing things. Like Tupac said, when it starts to rise, all of a sudden they give a fuck about us. See, life is all about bringing in the world something which nobody else brought. That's it. And a lot of times, if you're doing the right things, people not gonna like you. You're gonna get in trouble. And it happens with a lot of people. But what's the alternative? Kiss up to everybody else? Live a long life of a slave? That's why me, I don't see the chat, I don't see other people. I just make a live stream like a video. And quite honestly, if I could make a video, I would rather make a video. Because I hate doing streams. Because I don't even want to talk to other people. Because what they're gonna tell me? They're gonna tell me some stupid stuff. They're gonna say, oh, you need to change your ways. You shouldn't be talking about this. You shouldn't be talking about that. You're not a normal person. I don't want to hear that. I want to do what I want to do. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You know, like people used to tell me that in the America, you're like a painter of your life. Well, doesn't work that way. And I know other people's gonna say that you can't be a painter of your life because you're not a normal person. And I say bullshit. I can. I'm just gonna be doing it not in a normal way, that's all. But I still can. You're the ones who are not letting me do things. And you're telling me it's all because of me. I say bullshit. If you're gonna adjust your stupid rules to me and let me do things how I want, life would be great. So that's why I'm saying it's all your fault, not my fault. So don't blame me for nothing. And fuck you. That's why I get angry when people are blaming me for shit. And telling me I'm not doing things right. Well, according to you, I'm not. According to me, I am. And yes, I guess you can say that I'm not doing things right according to you because me and you are not the same, true. What's the reason for it? You say disability, I say it doesn't even matter because I can see a lot of people on disability and they're still not like me. So it doesn't matter what's right, what's wrong, it really doesn't matter. The only thing matters is am I doing my best. That's it. That's the only thing really matters. And the only thing you don't like, the only thing you're saying that I'm doing things wrong because you don't like the way I solve the problems. But the fact that you don't like the way I solve the problems, that by itself restricts my freedom. And then you're telling me, oh, don't say that. Yeah, you restrict my freedom. You're not letting me live how I want, yes. And your rules restrict my freedom too. You know, rules of the road, for example, okay. Let's say there are cops and the speed limit is 55. There's no cars on the road. I know I can drive fucking 90 miles an hour and, be safe. But I'm gonna go 55 only because of the cops, because I don't want to get the ticket. Now, if cops wouldn't be around, I would deliver what I want to deliver. I would drive fast, and I'd be at the place faster, and I would be done with my job faster. And I wouldn't have to worry about cops if the rules wouldn't exist. See, I would actually be better off. See, but then because there are animals on the road, there are other cars, there are other people. That's why we have cops. And people think that if you're gonna make these rules, everything will be better. But it doesn't really work that way, because there's a human factor, you know. What if you're driving fast, and there's you and a cop, and there's no deers, there's no other cars? The only reason why you go slower, because you're afraid of the cop, because you don't want to get the ticket. That's the only reason. If the cops wouldn't be there, I would be getting faster, I would be driving faster, I would be getting to the place faster, and I would be safe and I would be done faster. For example. See? Cops are hindrance to my success. Other jobs, there are rules. Let's say for throwing boxes, they say it's against the rules. Okay, If it says fragile, I'm probably not gonna throw the box because I know that I'm gonna damage the merchandise, right? Now, if it's not fragile and I throw the box to get things done faster, right? Nothing's gonna happen to merchandise. I may get a better cubes, but people say it's against the rules to throw in the boxes. And if I don't do it, what? I'm gonna be doing things slower because I don't have abilities, because I'm not naturally fast and tall. Okay? And then what? And then you're gonna be telling me work fast and I say I can't. Okay. And then you're gonna say you need help. And then you say, oh, you need help, but yet we want you to build yourself up so you'll become better. By the fact that you're doing things for me, you ensuring the fact that I will never be able to lift. See? So how are you helping me? For me, you're talking about going to nursing homes like, oh, we want to help you out in life. Okay, how are you helping me? I'm going there, proving to a bunch of the nurses I'm not fucking retarded. And I've been doing it for a year, making good money doing that. Okay. I mean, but how does that help me in my life? I could be doing something better. Why should I prove to everybody that I'm not retarded, that I'm not illiterate, that I know what I'm doing? Why should I be doing that? Could be doing better things with my life. And speaking from life experiences, like really, doesn't make nothing better. It's only making things worse. And then you treat me, or people say treat me like a disability. Okay. Okay, and I know what I'm saying, and you're asking me to repeat myself, I'm going to repeat the same thing, I'm going to get annoyed, I'm going to get angry. You're telling me don't get angry. I mean, of course I'm going to get angry, because why the fuck you treat me like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing? Of course I'm going to get angry. And then you ask me to repeat myself, I'm going to say the same thing. What the fuck? Or you're trying to show me that, you know, I shouldn't show off, I should be more modest. Well, I don't give a fuck, let's just start there. The only reason I'm kissing up to you is because of money and because of the consequences. Otherwise, I really don't care. If you motherfuckers die tomorrow, I am not gonna give two shits. And if I have a way of hurting you and getting away with it without it, and getting away with it, I would. Because I don't care. You know? I put a fucking poison in your drink, you're gonna die, I don't care. You know? And I'm gonna say, you know what? I just killed somebody who was a fucking mistake. So, I don't feel bad. That person didn't let me live how I want, he deserved to die, that's it. I don't care. You know, I don't care. All I care about is I want to do what I want, and that's it. I don't care about nothing else. So, I don't know what you're trying to tell me. You think I act some type of way because I don't understand? Well, I act any type of way because that's how I want to act, because I don't give a fuck. And you say, oh, I'm going to put you in your place. Okay, you're going to put me in my place, you're going to become my enemy. I don't want to talk to you, I don't want nothing to do with you. And I'm going to let me do what I want, I don't want nothing to do with you. Only reason why I'm going to be acting nice and whatnot, because I want to get money, that's it. But that's why I don't want to talk to you. That's exactly the reason why. So, that's it. Just like with these fucking, you know, jokers. You start bullying me, telling me something wrong with me, start explaining me something. Black. Oh, I cannot block you. Let me disable the chat. I don't want to see that nonsense. It only makes me angry, really, because I don't care. Because I know that I cannot change, number one. Number two, I think that all of you guys are fucking stupid. And it's just not gonna go anywhere. Never will. So, I don't see any point in all of that back and forth interaction. And when I'm looking at lives of people like Todd, who are hanging out with people like John, and yeah, we can say, oh, Todd cannot connect to people, true. But then again, all of this stuff really leads to problems. Because look at all these people who are hanging out, drinking, having fun life, interacting. Their life is pointless and meaningless. All their lives they consist of going to work, getting money, getting drunk. Just like every Joe. Bringing life to a new generation. Of course, people say, oh, you loser because you cannot get girls. Well, another contradictions. In order to have girls, you need to be big, strong, and developed, right? You need to be good at something, right? I'm trying to be good at something the way I see it. You're telling me, oh, you need help. And by that, you're disabling me. And by disabling me, you're actually making me weaker and you're only making me further away from the goal. So you're telling me you want to help me, but yet by helping me, you're making me further away from the goal. What's the point? And also, by the way, I have a woman. And people tell me, oh, you know what, who you are, you're not going to get girls. Well, bullshit. Number one, if I have money, see, if let's say people afraid of me, think I'm crazy. And they're going to keep me at the job. Money has no smell, okay? Money has no smell. And as long as I can get money, I can get pussy. If I build myself up and I get big and strong and I get money, I can be more confident. Even though people may think that I'm weird, right? If let's say I don't have a woman, get myself a prostitute, I don't care about what she thinks of me. I won't get pussy, she wants money. Because she's a stupid bitch who has a fucking kids from fucking hood rat, that beat hood rat with a big dick and little brain, just like all those fucking niggers. You know, this is who they are. You know, that's why, you know, even it says in the Torah that, you know, Noach has a son Ham. And he got punished by God because he was black. So see, in Torah it says that being black is a punishment from God. And I'm seeing it every day. That's why most of the black people, unless they have white or Jewish blood, they're just fucking bunch of imbeciles. And this is what you see in Africa. That's why they can't get themselves together. Because they're fucking stupid, okay? I know I've been racist, but I just dealt with that. And there are some good black people, of course, just like other people. But you know, maybe I shouldn't be saying things like that, honestly, because there are good black people in this world. Just like in all nationalities, there are good and black people. But you know, when you've been to the countries, you know, like people say, like in Africa, right? African countries are mostly poor, right? And when you're going to go to Europe, European countries are more developed, right? Who lives in European countries? Mostly white Western Europeans, right? Who lives in Africa? Blacks. If you all equal, if you all, you know, have the same abilities, why some people are living poor and some people living good lives? Why? Because let's say if black people had a high IQ, then people in Africa would be prospering, they would be inventing things, Africa would be rich, Africa would never got colonized. Why? Countries consist of people. So I think that the reason why people are living bad, because people are not capable of building the better life for themselves. So, you call me racist, you call me bigot, but let's just get real. If black people would be so smart, they would be in academia. They wouldn't be over there selling fucking drugs on the streets and getting killed by the cops. Let's just get real about it. If they were actually smart, they wouldn't be putting themselves in situations like this and being on the news all the time. And Africa wouldn't be poor. And you see, Torah explains it all. And I'm seeing it every day too. I'm seeing like why white people are better off. I'm not saying they're angels and they're still making fun of me and I still can't get along with white people. But I see why white people, when they deal with people like me, they just walk away. Because they already see what kind of person I am, and they're gonna see if they're gonna say what they think, what kind of consequences might be. They're smart. They're smart. You know, that's why. And you see, but stupid people, they are doing all these problems in life. Now, when it comes to the Jews, why Jewish people are bad? Why I don't like it? And it says in the Torah too. You know, if you know the story about Jacob and Esau, explains everything. Who came from Esau? White people. Russians, West European, all the people. He came from Esau. And Esau was born first. What Esau was doing? He had a lot of hair and he was a hunter. And he was working hard. What Jacob was doing, a Jew, thinking about things, learning things. Esau was hunting, doing things. And then he got hungry because, you know, he didn't have that type of intelligence. Oh, I need to pace myself. So he came to Jacob and Jacob said, you know what, Esau? I'm going to say I was born first. But, you know, I mean, you say I was born first, not you, even though you were. And I'm going to give you food. And Esau, because all he cared about is like food, because he was hungry, because he was not able to pace himself, he said, sure. And this is what we see today. The Jewish domination of whites. That's why I've been watching videos like on Ukraine, where I'm seeing that all people in the Ukrainian parliament, they're all Jews. And people are talking about the Jewish people only consist of like what? 1% of the world. How many Jews are in the world? Like roughly 15 million, I think. I think it's like 6 or 7 million in Israel and about 7 or 8 million all over the world. But Jewish people are the leaders of all companies. They're everywhere in the politics, in Russia, in Ukraine, in America, in other countries. And they're all lobbying for Israel. And they are all lobbying for murder of the Palestinians and all of that shit. See? And me as a Jew, I can see that totally. Like, being at FedEx, for example, I was never biggest, I was never strongest, but I was always like sustaining myself. And I was pacing myself. A lot of people, they've been talking about like, they say work faster, and they're working faster, and they say work even faster, faster, and they're like killing themselves. And this is like, it's like Esau, you know, working hard, killing themselves, doing everything, and then Jew comes in and say, hey, look, you give me the money, you give me the power. See? And this is, and then we get anti-Semitism. Well, and people say, oh, people hate Jews because the Jewish people are better. Yeah, Jewish people are intellectually superior than Gentiles. That's very true. I believe that, and that's the way of life, and that's the way of truth. But the problem is, Jewish people are evil and are not letting other people to live how they want. And they like to kill everything good, and they take freedoms away from everyone. And once in a while we have all the good Jews, like Joseph and Jesus Christ. They all get in a bad situation. We live in the Satan's world, people. You have to understand that. We live in the Satan's world where there's bad people pulling the strings, manipulating the masses. Yep. That's the world we're living in. And nobody should have no illusions about that, but people still do. And people saying that, oh, I'm going to be shunned because I'm an awkward person, whatever. Well, there are a lot of good people who get shunned for other reasons. That's why I'm saying, thinking about what's wrong, that's just stupid. You know, the problem why people, part of the problem why people cannot get along, because people always focus on what's wrong, not on what's right. People focus on differences, not on the similarities. It's yet another contradiction. People want to be sociable, but they focus on differences. But people focus on differences because of the differences we cannot get along. The only way to get along and be friends is focus on something which we have in common. And if there is nothing in common, trying to be with people or get along, it's just not possible. And then people are complaining we can't get along. Well, who gets along? If you have different nature, different abilities, different mentalities, we can't get along. Cats and dogs don't get along because they're different. So what you talking about getting along? When we cooked from the same different dough. Oh, and you say, oh, something wrong with you. Okay, something wrong with you, still cook from this different dough. It's not possible to change that. It's only thing is possible is to do the best with what you got. That's it. And people are talking about me being left alone without people. That's the only way. It's been that way, and it should be that way. And I'm happy without people. As long as I can do what I want and work how I want and get the money, I'm straight. Because then, like I've been telling before, have problem with a woman, I can always buy a woman. Prostitutes, they may think there is something wrong with me, but doesn't matter. That piece of meat. Do I care about what piece of meat think of me? And who I'm to her? I'm to her just a fucking monetary resources. Fine. And people say it's illegal. Bullshit. I think prostitution should be legal, so people will have more freedoms. So people who cannot get women otherwise would have a choice of like going to work, getting the money and paying for it, so they can get what they want and live how they want. I'm totally for it. So people won't have to kill other people because they cannot get what they want. See? And of course, Elliot Rodger, he could have paid for it, but Elliot Rodger was stupid. He didn't realize that no woman wanted to be with him. Which people told me that, and I realized that. But you know, I have my woman, I'm okay with her. That's why I keep her. Because she lets me do what I want and she accepts me. Otherwise, if she would tell me, you need to change your ways, you need to act differently, I would run away from her long time ago. Yeah? If she tell me that type of nasty stuff, I'm out. It's time for me to go. I'll be still fucking crack horse if that would be the case. And I wouldn't be ashamed of it either. Because if you're weird, you're creepy, you're autistic, you're retarded, you talk crazy and fuck crack horse, that's the only way. Not kiss up to people who is gonna disable you even more. And they're gonna take your freedoms away even more. And then you will live like a vegetable. And then it will be waste of space. There's no point in that. And people just don't seem to realize that simple thing. And then living like a vegetable, still gonna die, regardless. Whether people beat you, whether people help you, whether people are nice to you, don't matter. You have a heart attack, you're gone. People are afraid of getting beaten up. Well, there are a lot of ways of living this world. So maybe there is really no reason to be afraid of nothing. Being afraid is just stupid. Because the worst, whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen anyway, just a matter of time, so. The only thing that matters is doing whatever you want, that's it. And I'm out. Happy Memorial Day, everyone.